Hey guys, this is Shreyas and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to finally do another review. This is of the Asus ZenBook 14 and this is the AMD version. I have done an unboxing of the same. If you haven't watched it, I will leave a link in the description and a card should pop up right now. By the way, if you're interested in buying this or some other alternatives, I will list some AMD and Intel alternatives down in the description box below. You can check out the products from the links I have there. A lot of changes around here if you have been with the channel and watched my other videos, but unfortunately this is going to be temporary. Anyway, I'm open to suggestions and feedback around this kind of a setup. I will try to replicate it afterwards as well. And I'm taking name suggestions of my workstation over here. I would like you guys to come up with a very unique name which I can name this, and you can comment down below or tweet it at me. I would love it. So anyway, let's go ahead with this review, and this is a really interesting one for people who want an Ultrabook. I can guarantee this is a very interesting product, but there are always a few caveats. So with that, this is Shreyas and let's check that out. I absolutely love the design of this laptop. Such a thin and slim profile with a full aluminium body, cold to the touch, nice materials, very sturdy, no flex whatsoever. I mean, this was really great to carry around and even use it. Also, this is very light. It's not more than 1.2 kgs. You can see the details in my unboxing as well. I stand by my first impressions of this laptop, and the build quality is absolutely beautiful. So with the design, you have this kind of a concentric circle kind of a design. I don't know if you can see it. It's unique but nothing great. Minimal and a bit off-axis branding. That's all right. The best part is that obviously it opens with one hand, and that is a brilliant thing according to me. Now with that, let's come to the hardware inside. Now I absolutely love the keyboard layout of this laptop. This is the perfect keyboard layout. A lot of laptops have haphazard keyboard layouts. With the inverted T layout of the keyboard, it's absolutely great. The keys are big, they're well stabilized, they're very responsive, and with that, let's have a quick sound test of the keyboard so that you can kind of understand the travel of it and how it feels and sounds like. So there's a decent travel in it, but not really a lot because you have to obviously fit in this thin chassis. But regardless, I did not have any discomfort using this, although I use a mechanical keyboard myself. Another thing I love about this keyboard is the backlighting. It's very bright in the dark and it's very clear, evenly lit up, which is not seen in this kind of price range. With that, let's come to the trackpad. Now this has been my first time using a glass trackpad and the experience was extremely good. The good part is that the trackpad is fairly large. It's not that tall, but the width is a lot. The installed drivers were great by itself. I did not have a problem. I installed the latest drivers as well, and it's just amazing. All the gestures work out very well, and I love the experience using this trackpad. Another little Easter egg, as I will call it, is the number pad over here. So if you're using Excel or filling in the calculator and stuff, this is useful, and this is really responsive. And let me just show you right now. Okay, talking about the hardware, we also should look at the ports once again, which I have covered in the unboxing. It has one full-size HDMI, two USB-Cs, which also can be used for charging. You have a micro SD slot and a full-size USB-A 3.1. So that's a decent allotment of ports. Like a full-size USB is something I did not clearly expect in this kind of a chassis, but it's there. The micro SD slot is something I feel could be omitted because it's not that useful. Next, talking of the hardware, let's come to the screen. So this is a 14-inch screen and it's an IPS LCD display. I did not have any complaints with the quality of the display. Here are the color accuracies of the display. The one thing I would like to say is that if you plan to use this outdoors, like in the sunlight, this can be a bit difficult according to me, because the brightness is not that high. This goes up to 250 nits and that's the highest, and that's not a great brightness to work outdoors in. I feel like you need at least 400 nits or above. But anyway, if you don't plan to work outside a lot or you don't see yourself be in that scenario, I don't think this screen will give you any problems at all. My only complaint about the display, since this is supposed to be a productivity laptop, is that it's 16:9. 16:10 or 4:3 is preferred, and I feel that at least 16:10 could have been done. So for security, you have Windows Hello recognition. That is great and works ultra fast even in the dark. Since it's a IR camera, even in the dark with different head orientations, I have tried it out all. It takes a maximum of 2 seconds, and that also I feel it's for me to come into the field of view of the camera. It's not the camera is unresponsive. So in pitch darkness with weird head orientations, I have tried it out and this has successfully logged me in every time. Now another thing about the hardware I want to praise about this is the speakers. Now Windows speakers obviously are trailing way behind MacBooks in terms of speaker quality, but I would like to still say that at the price range of 80,000, these are pretty loud and clear as well. Alright, now about performance. Now for a productivity laptop and an Ultrabook, obviously performance is not the biggest thing, but glad to say the performance here is absolutely great. Now the best part is it comes with a Ryzen 4500U. I have loaded 50 tabs on Chrome and I have run all of them together. With 8 gigs of RAM, this runs Windows very well. Now your day-to-day tasks will be really easy to go by, and I have tried loading heavy Excel sheets on this as well. It just works as a charm. Obviously consider only CPU intensive tasks with this, because this does not come with a dedicated GPU. It only has the Radeon Vega graphics. But Ryzen 5 on the 7nm process with 4 cores, which the equivalent is the Intel i5 on the other end, I feel this does way better in terms of performance, the temperatures and the battery life. Because this is a smaller nanometer process, the battery consumption is really low, so I get phenomenal battery life in this. If I have to do a video playback, I can easily say that it will run over 18 to 20 hours. So you can make a judgment of that. In my regular day-to-day use, it has almost lasted me 1.5 days. So you can consider that 10 to 12 hours of work. And I feel that is really great. And this is at the best performance mode. If you go into battery saver, you can churn out more. And now talking about the battery, obviously charging is important, and we get USB-C charging. Now it comes with a 65 watt power adapter, which is really small, and I loved that fact. The interesting part is that if you have a USB PD charger rated as well, you can use it to charge this laptop, and that is a big plus. It has a really good SSD. It has a 512GB Kingston SSD, and here is the SSD speed as well. So this can make you understand why Windows works so well on it and the other applications as well. Now coming to performance and CPU intensive tasks, I did not run Cinebench or any other thing, but I came across this review of Hardware Canucks. It was of a higher variant, the 4700U. They did say that running Premiere Pro or applications like that could be a hassle because AMD drivers are not optimized for using Premiere Pro. So anything like that, I would suggest you to look at the Intel side of things, although they did say that Asus has promised a driver update. Now I have not been able to test that out because I have to install Premiere Pro, etc. So anyway, if you're planning about video editing, this is something you should look into a bit more detail. I cannot give you a clear answer. I'm just saying based on what I know. Okay, few things to note when you buy this laptop. I would really recommend you to use the My Asus app to download the drivers, because they make a very good curation. You don't have to go into any website, search for drivers, trial and error, nothing. First thing you should do is update the BIOS, because in the updated BIOS you have a lot more options and you can even overclock the RAM and get better performance out of it. At 80,000, do I feel it's worth it? I'm mentally comparing it with the Dell XPS 13, and in that case, if I compare the price differences, you can see the Dell current pricing on their website. I feel you get almost the same build quality, which is amazing. You get a better processor, you get a better battery life, and you get better performance overall. Barring the video editing part, I hope the driver updates have come and they have fixed it, because apart from that, this is a phenomenal machine. Since I got it at 80,000, it's a steal. Right now, I just checked again and I feel that the price has hiked up again. Guys, about laptops, if you really need one, don't sit for sales. Just go and grab yourself a laptop, because especially if you are looking for Ryzen systems, they are really rare right now. AMD is struggling to fulfill the demands that is existing in the industry globally, not just in India, and India is already a secondary market. Now the good part is that Asus, being a brand who is concentrating on India a lot, you're getting this particular laptop. Otherwise, all other manufacturers like Lenovo, HP are simply not getting the AMD versions available globally because there is so much crazy demand. I do not see the price falling, especially when all the manufacturers get their supply chain corrected, because that is a huge challenge in this pandemic situation, and a lot of backlog has happened, especially given the number of people who have to work or study from home. So I would really recommend you to get a laptop as soon as possible, because stocks is a real concern. Now with that, I would like to end my video. I hope you enjoyed it. This was kind of a different setup, but this is a factor of only a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I will go back to the same old boring A-roll setup. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.